I'm going to preface this video by saying, don't touch children. So I want to use this video to talk about the differences in cancel culture and how it's going to affect media and all of that, and etc, etc. And I'm kind of just thinking out loud. I don't have a script for this video. And of course, if you've seen the title of this video, you know that I'll be comparing Dr. Disrespect to Ava Tyson. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Dr. Disrespect was this streamer guy. He was very, very popular, very famous, and he got banned from Twitch, which was like his main streaming platform, a few years ago. And it was a very big deal because nobody knew why, and nobody would give any solid answers. Very recently, a former Twitch employee, exposed the fact that Dr. Disrespect was using Twitch's messaging server, Twitch Whispers, to message minors. So fans of his who were underage children, he was messaging them and, obviously talking inappropriately. Similarly, Ava Tyson, who is formerly Chris Tyson, Mr. Beast's best friend, she was also recently exposed for a very similar thing. On Discord, back a few years ago, before she had transitioned and when she was still Chris, she had done similar things of messaging minors inappropriate messages. Of course, both of these individuals were promptly canceled, but it's the reaction to the cancellation that's important. First, with Dr. Disrespect, when he was canceled, there were so many people like, ew, that's gross, that's terrible, which is a normal response to find out somebody was texting children inappropriate things. However, there was a huge section of his fan base, and a lot of, not even his fan base, just a lot of people, because Dr. Disrespect is on the righter side of the political spectrum, he had a lot of defenders, essentially saying that he didn't do anything wrong because everything he did was in the messages. He didn't actually meet up with anybody, he didn't touch anybody, etc, etc, etc. And it's very, very interesting because nobody said anything like that when it came to Ava Tyson. And as I said, the big thing is the response to the cancellation. See, with American politics, the left side of the political spectrum has always had this, not holier than thou, very recently in modern times it's become this holier than thou thing, but initially it was a high ground route, right? When the right side of the political spectrum, when they are, being mean and they're bullying and they're, calling us names, we're not going to do that. We're going to be better than them, and we're just going to focus on being better people ourselves. You compare that to the right side of the political spectrum, again, they're bullies. They like to make fun of you and they'll make jokes. That's, you look back at some of these former elections with, former President Donald Trump, crooked Hillary and sleepy Joe Biden, like things like that. Because, they're funny and they're like, we'll attack you as a person. The problem is, and we're seeing it with these two creators, how these two reactions, treat individuals and treat people. Dr. Disrespect is a straight white guy compared to Ava, who is a transgender woman. Because of this, the right side of the political spectrum does not like Ava even before all of this information had come out. The right side of the political spectrum simply did not like Ava Tyson on the fact that she was transgender. So when this information came out, the right side of the political spectrum finally had ammunition to attack her. Even though, at the end of the day, they were doing essentially the same thing, which was messaging minors. So the entire time, they're defending Dr. Disrespect, saying, oh, there was no intent behind it, he was just, making some comments, he didn't do anything wrong, he didn't do anything inappropriate. But then the exact same thing happens to somebody that they don't like, and now they use that as an excuse to attack that individual. You go over to the left side of the political spectrum with their, we'll take the high route, we're holier than thou, whatever you want to call it. And so essentially what you get is Dr. Disrespect, who, yes, has people attacking him, saying you did a bad thing, but then you have people defending him. Compared to Ava, she has no one defending her. because the right are using this as ammunition to confirm any suspicions that they had about the individual in the first place, and the left side of the political spectrum wants to be fair and right and do the right thing in a sense. So both the left and the right are attacking Ava because the right, they don't care about what happens to her, they just want her gone. And the left is trying to do the right thing by what they believe is canceling her and, removing her as a platform, or removing her, getting rid of her platform, getting rid of her credibility as an influencer. But on the right, you don't have that. You have the left trying to get rid of Dr. Disrespect's platform, trying to say that he's incredible, not credible influencer, but the right is defending him. And we're sort of seeing that with these two individuals. Ava's not even on the internet anymore. Ava has completely disappeared from all of social media and has been removed from the MrBeast brand. However, Dr. Disrespect has been teasing his comeback for a very, for the past, I want to say, week or two, as of me recording this, and has been like, oh, I can't wait to come back, I can't wait to make videos again, blah, 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 blah. And he has a lot of support. However, even though Ava's not even on the internet anymore, MrBeast is still getting attacked heavy for what Ava did. So the left side is so focused on, attacking this creator that is, in a sense, on their side. They're both on the same side of the political spectrum. Yet this right-wing creator did something very wrong and is essentially forgiven by his audience. And so what I'm getting at is, both of these creators were canceled for the same thing, but the reactions that they had because of the way that the left moves, and the left side of the political spectrum is very unforgiving people, and they very much believe that this individual should be punished for their actions, compared to the right side that doesn't have any morals on that thing. Like, we yelled at him, that's good enough, right? And they're allowing him back on the platform. Dr. Disrespect is essentially going to get away, I don't want to say scot-free. His reputation is, of course, hindered, but who knows where it'll be in 5 years when, this is, more of a footnote in his journey, we'll say. He'll still have an audience full of right-winged individuals, and Ava has lost everything because the left side of the political spectrum is like, nah, you did a bad thing, that sucks, go away. And so, the question is that the right thing to do? Again, let me specify. Don't text minors. And I'm not saying that what Ava did when she was Chris was wrong. Or I'm not saying that what Ava did when she was Chris wasn't. But what I am saying is fully permanently canceling an individual for messages. Now again, maybe, I missed some messages and she did something very, very inappropriate back then that I simply didn't see. But from what I saw, she was just messaging, these people in the Discord server, and they were just joking around. But at the time, Ava was still Chris. Ava was a straight guy. And I cannot, I genuinely believe that if Ava had not transitioned, if to this day Ava Tyson was still Chris Tyson and was a straight man, I feel like the internet would have forgiven her at this point. I feel like her being transgender is hurting her a lot, because the left wants to try to do the right thing, which is, they feel like the right thing is to not give her a platform anymore. But the question is that the right thing to do? And I think that in a weird way, the way that society works, right, is that when a man does something inappropriate to another man, it's not as serious. I don't know. This is all just me thinking out loud. I don't really have a solution in this video for this one. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the situation. I'm recording this in the middle of me writing the script for the recap of June and August, or July and August. So This is just me ranting and rambling. I hope that it was coherent enough for you guys to understand my point. Don't message minors. I don't know how often I have to say that in order to get that point across. I'm sure somebody will still completely ignore the fact that I've said it 3 times and be like, you're a weirdo, shut up. And as always, my name is Dion, but you can call me Isby, and I'm out.